Hey everybody, Blake here, and this is another collection video. This is a collection video I've done before, my PlayStation collection, but it's been a while and it's outdated and not so great anymore, so I thought I would make an update remake of it. So there's a lot to go through though, so let's start it up quick. We have, first, Blazing Dragons. It's a great point-and-click adventure game, great humor, Monty Python style humor. It's a really good game. Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters, a really fun co-op adventure. It's not a great game, but it's pretty fun. Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, a surprisingly great game, even though it's a Bugs Bunny game. I would actually recommend it. It's a good platformer. Crash Bandicoot, obviously a classic game and a great platformer. Crash Bash, a Mario Party type crash game, pretty fun. Next we have Code Breakers, pretty much like a Game Genie kind of thing for PlayStation. Croc Legend of the Gobos, not the best controls in the world. You kind of move like a tank, but it's a classic platformer, really fun. Donald Duck Going Quackers, a lot like Crash actually, and it's a very fun platformer. A pretty crappy game, The Emperor's New Groove, nothing special. And Final Fantasy VIII, a great RPG. This copy is mint. I mean, like, literally, there's nothing wrong with it. All the discs are mint, and the manual, and the case. It's a great game. Need to get more into it. It's pretty complicated to me. I don't know why. There are other RPGs that I've been able to get into easily. This one, not so much. Next pile we have Final Fantasy Anthology. This one's also mint because I bought it brand new from Amazon. You can still get this brand new for like $10, and it has two great games, and I'll be getting into them soon. Frogger 2, solid game, I guess. It's a version of Frogger. Gex, a great 2D platformer, but this copy I have is scratched, so I need to get a version that's not so messed up. Gex Enter the Gecko, no case, but it's my favorite game in the series, and it's a great 3D platformer. Gran Turismo 2, pretty good racing game. Irritating Stick. A lot of people hate this game, but I like it. It's pretty much a maze game where you can't hit the sides of the maze or you die. It's pretty basic, but I like it. Kingsley's Adventure, not a game a lot of people know about. You play this little fox and you go on an adventure, and you go through dungeons, and it's not really like Zelda, but it's a little like Zelda, you know, kind of that go through dungeons, you have a sword, blah blah blah, go on an adventure. Good game, pretty hard actually. I like it though. Metal Gear Solid, great game. I need to play it more. I really do like it a lot though, and the case is a little messed up, but classic game, Metal Gear Solid. You already know about that one. Motorhead, very average racer without a cover. Nagano Winter Olympics 98, a game that we got from our Japanese friend, I think, and it's probably one of the crappiest sports games I've ever played. Why do I still have it? I have no idea. Oddworld Abe's Exodus, a really cool, interesting cinematic platformer, 2D platformer, and it's mint. I mean, I swear there's nothing wrong with this in any way, shape, or form. When I bought it, there was still packaging left on it. Like, the sticker on the top was still there. It was cool. I need to play that more, though. Pac-Man World, with no manual. It's a great platformer. It's probably the best in the series, maybe tied with World 2. Parappa the Rapper. I love the series so much, and I needed to get the first one, and it was kind of expensive, but it was worth it. The case is also a bit messed up with that, but it said it was in acceptable condition, and it was the cheapest I could get with the case. Great game. I love it. Pizza Hut demo disc that I got a long time ago at Pizza Hut. Pro Pinball. Pinball. Pro Pinball Big Race USA. It's more pinball. Porsche Challenge, never played it. Well, I played it once, seemed pretty crappy. Ridge Racer Type 4, a actually really great racing game. I think out of all the games I have, all the racing games I have for the PlayStation, it's probably my favorite. It's a good game. Rayman, classic 2D platformer, amazing game. Rugrats, Search for Reptar. Why do I still have this game? Well, I guess it's a solid game. The controls are rubbish, but it's a good game, I guess. Okay. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, same ordeal. Childhood memories, sucky controls, but it's okay. Oh yes, Shadow Madness, known as the crappiest RPG on the system. I bought it out of curiosity, and it was really cheap. It's a really bad Final Fantasy VII ripoff. Sledstorm, a really fun sled racing game. Snowmobiles. Spider-Man, my favorite Spider-Man game to date. One of my favorite superhero games. Yeah, I like it even more than Superman 2, the movie-based version, even though that's a good game too. Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro, not to be confused with the movie. Also great, but not as good as the original. Siphon Filter. A really cool action game, though it can be kind of hard to figure out. But it is a very cool game, and I liked it. Classic. Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. My least favorite out of the Spyro trilogy, but a fantastic game nonetheless. I love it. It is an amazing game. Not much else to say. Spyro Year of the Dragon. My second favorite Spyro game ever. It's fantastic, and I even have the 3D cover. I love this game. Tetris Plus. It's Tetris. It's the game that actually got me into Tetris. It's a good version. I recommend it. Tiny Toon Adventures, The Great Beanstalk, based on a fantastic series. It's obviously a little kid's game, but I kept it from my childhood. Why? Because the animation is incredible for a game of this type. It's a very stylish 2D platformer that's not exceptionally well made as far as gameplay goes, but it's really cool as far as animation goes. Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation. It seems okay. I had fun until I ran into a glitch that wouldn't let me pass the first level. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. A great game. I love Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the original 4. 2 is my favorite, but this is a great game too. Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. It's a really surprisingly well-made 3D platformer. And Walt Disney World Magical Racing Tour. This is a really cheap rental version that I got, I guess. A decent racer, kart racing, Mario Kart ripoff. And we have long box games. We have Descent. A interesting game. It's one of the early, well, any long box PS1 game is an early PS1 game. It's pretty solid. Wipeout. I really like this game. I really like the Wipeout series. The first one is also really great. Futuristic racing that isn't F-Zero and is still awesome. Here's some ones that are just in random DVD cases. We have Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. My favorite Crash Bandicoot game and my favorite game from Naughty Dog. An amazing platformer. I love it. I love it. And Crash 3 Warped. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Also great. And one of my favorite Crash Bandicoot games. I love that too. Next up, we have Crash Team Racing. One of the best alternatives to Mario Kart you can ever play. It's a fantastic kart racer. I can't recommend it enough. Okay. Jersey Devil, a very underrated platformer for the PS1. It's a great game. I recommend finding it. It's a really good 3D platformer with a really cool style, and it's really unique, so I say try to find a copy. And last but not least, certainly not least, Spyro the Dragon. One of my favorite games of all time, and my favorite game on the system. I really want to get a normal copy, but this is what I got. I love this game so much. It's so creative, so much fun. It's one of my favorite games in general of all time. Yes, Spyro the Dragon. So that was my PS1 collection. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.